of your car at Kmart. Our automotive service centers care.
Shop for Christmas at your Kmart Automotive Center. Save up to $39 on an auto sound system. For just $96, you get an AM/FM stereo radio with 8-track or cassette, plus a pair of great-sounding 5-inch or 6x9 coaxial speakers, all for $96 at Kmart Automotive Centers across the U.S., where quality car products are Kmart priced.
Little kids like these make you realize we're all family. But when it comes down to solving problems, there's one thing you got to realize. We're all in this together. I'm Ahmad Rashad of the Minnesota Vikings, and this is the Haley Q. Brown Community Center. There are hundreds of United Way agencies like this all across the country. There's a place like it in my hometown, Tacoma, Washington. I know because they help my family. My mom and dad go there just like these senior citizens, to be with friends. I've been there, and I know what places like this do for your spirit. United Way is people, not just giving dollars to fight cancer and other diseases, though God knows that's important, but giving of themselves. That's what makes us a family and a community. The United Way works here in the Twin Cities, and it works in your town, too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
The preceding message was furnished as a public service by the National Football League.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealers, who bring you the better idea cars and trucks for the 80s. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Owens Corning Fiberglass Corporation, makers of fine fiberglass products for consumers and industry.
The Buccaneers are back on the field, led by their quarterback, Doug Williams, and so are the Vikings back. Pat Summerall at Tampa Stadium with John Madden. And John, let's check the halftime statistics.
I think one of the big things here are the yards rushing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game in Minnesota, we have to give credit for playing fine defense against the rush. And I think that statistic, the yards rushing, 71-29, really tells the story.
Tommy Kramer, the quarterback, who threw 2 touchdown passes in the first half. One to the man he's talking to right now, Terry LeCount. And the other to Ahmad Rashad. 8 of 13 for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns for Tommy Kramer. What a bright future he's got.
He sure does. I met his mother yesterday at the hotel, and she was telling me that there's 11 children in the family, and Tommy was number 11.
Doug Williams on the other side of the field. 9 out of 18 for 124 yards. A guy who's really started to mature. I was talking to the quarterback coach and coordinator Bill Nelson before the game, saying that he just continues to grow as a quarterback, mostly due to confidence. And there's Bill Nelson. And 44 for Tampa. Stretching is Billy Cesar.
A lot of that confidence in Doug Williams has really come from the offensive line coached by Bill Johnson. There's an advertisement.
One good thing about this situation at the moment is I believe the rain has just about stopped. After just before the half, it really started to come down. Here is Rick Danmeyer set to kick off, and George Ragsdale, in all likelihood, will handle it for the Buccaneers. Minnesota leads 14-9. Second half underway. Ragsdale handles at the 12. Ball is loose. Fumble. Buccaneers, I believe, got it back. Vikings are saying, no, we got it. Oh, and
Minnesota has it. Yeah, the official says they have it, too. So that's going to be a break for the Minnesota Vikings as we see this here again in slow motion. As he was hit, the ball popped out, and it went about 5 or 6 yards in the air.
Oh. McNeil on top of the pile.
Number 51, Dana Nafziger from Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, California, had a shot at recovering that ball, and it slipped right through his hands. Those Cal Poly guys don't get to handle the ball a lot.
How do you know that?
I went there about 25 years ago. They never let me handle it.
McNeil, I believe, made the recovery, and here is Kramer going for more on first down and throwing, intended and incomplete. Intended for Rashad, who juggled, and it looked like he might have caught that ball lying on his back. He didn't protest too much, however.
That would have been a great catch, but he had a big pass rush from his backside as we see Rashad going down there and running that hook pattern again. It was a little to the outside and behind him, but he came very close to making a great reception.
Curtis Jordan came on a blitz from the outside on the Buccaneer defense, the cornerback. Jordan replaced Cotney in that secondary, and Cotney was injured early in the game. This is Ricky Young inside the 30. Knocked back outside the 30, but they'll mark it down inside. Hit by Leroy Selman.
It'll be interesting to see what the Buccaneer defense does on this play. The last time they were in this situation, they had an all-out blitz. As we watch again that draw play that cut back to the strong side. The Buccaneers look like they're fired up on defense this half. But on the last time they were in this situation, they had an all-out blitz. And, of course, that was a touchdown from Tommy Kramer to Ahmad Rashad.
3rd and 8. 3 wide receivers in the game for Minnesota. The regular 2, White and Rashad in the count. Kramer gets it outside, complete to Ted Brown, but he's knocked out of bounds. Short of a first down. Tommy Kramer upset about something. Curtis Jordan.
I think he's upset that one of his 3 wide receivers didn't run the pattern that he wanted to. He was looking downfield. He didn't want to throw the ball out there to Brown. He wanted to get it downfield to one of the wide receivers, and it looks like he's saying that he went in instead of out.
So Rick Danmeyer with Kraus holding. This will be a 44-yard attempt. Danmeyer's had kicking problems of late. Missed his last 4. And that one hits the crossbar and goes through.
That's where the grease helped him. That was something. Danmeyer feels that he needed that one. He's had some very tough times. He's missed 4 in a row, and he had to bounce one through to get it. We were watching them before the game, and they were out there greasing the goalpost. I guess that's usual when someone's going to get into the playoffs.
I guess.
Oh, Grandpa, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's more than just a soft, cuddly dog. See, he's got a radio in his tummy.
Radio Shack's adorable, petable portables with AM radio inside. 6 different animals, priced $11.95 to $15.95. Choose the raccoon, black poodle, boxer, Pekingese, white terrier, and brown spaniel.
I love him. I love you.
Gift-priced animal radios, only at Radio Shack.
Life of Georgia has millions of futures to protect. And one way we do this is with solid investments. In a hydroelectric plant in Quebec, a helicopter company in Oregon, energy research in Wyoming, a university medical complex in Alabama, the city of Atlanta, and many others. We're Life of Georgia. We're one of the largest life insurance companies in the United States, and we're working to ensure your future.
Next Saturday, the CBS Sports Spectacular features highlights of the exciting LA Times 500, plus the final event in the Battle of the NFL Cheerleaders. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Rick Danmeyer just hit a 44-yard field goal that hit the crossbar and went over good. And the Vikings now lead it 17-9. Ragsdale at the 12. Still on his feet, gets out of the pack outside the 30 to the 34. Terry LeCount submerged underneath and tripped him up.
Ragsdale made a powerful move in there. He was getting hit, and then he ran right through the first bunch. Here's what we're talking about before the game, and I guess it's usual procedure in the National Football League when they expect that the goalpost may be taken down after the game, after a victory, and they were out there before the game, as we see here, greasing the goalpost. And it may have helped Dan Meyer slip that field goal through.
It might have. Anticipating, of course, that the fans might get on the field and rip those goalposts down. Thinking about the playoff possibilities for the Buccaneers. In their existence, there's been no postseason for them. Looked like it might be easy for a while, but it's not anymore. Ricky Bell up to about the 40. Tommy Hannon made the tackle. Monday night on CBS, tomorrow night, The White Shadow starts with Ken Howard starring in a dramatic episode. And an hour of great comedy begins with MASH and ends with WKRP in Cincinnati. And Ed Asner is Lou Grant. All on CBS Monday night. Buccaneers out quickly. Second and about 5. 13 minutes left, third quarter. 17-9 Minnesota. Bell again lunging near first down. Dave Roller made the tackle.
I'll tell you, we'll watch the blocking on the right side there. Greg Roberts, number 61, really fires out on Dave Roller, and he gets the movement, but Roller plays off and is able to get back and make the play. But that was a good takeoff, but they really didn't sustain that block. John McKay was telling me that he thinks that's going to be one of the strengths of this Viking team, as we see here at short. That right side of the line, including the center, Steve Wilson, right guard, Greg Roberts, who's a rookie, and right tackle, Charlie Hanna, who they just made an offensive lineman this year.
That center you're talking about, Wilson, is the biggest center in the NFL. 270 he goes.
Big enough to play tackle.
Williams straight ahead behind that big center, trying to get the first down, and got it. Jeff Seaman underneath the pile, but Tampa Bay first down.
That's the second quarterback sneak that the Buccaneers ran in this game, and I think what they're looking for, as we see here, is an uncovered man. You see, every man was covered that time except the center, so he went directly over the top of the center. The last time they had the guard uncovered, and he went to that side.
Dave Roller came underneath the block by Roberts, but the quarterback sneak is successful, and it's first down Tampa Bay. Complete to Mucker. Mucker still fighting. Jeff Seaman put the clamp on Larry Mucker.
That again was a slant, as we see here. Excellent pass protection. Doug Williams has plenty of sight time. He sees Mucker runs a slant, and he hits him between the corner and the linebacker in that slot area in the Minnesota Vikings zone defense.
Matt Blair helping out on the tackle, too, number 59 for the Vikings. And there is the Viking who made the trip. Ricky Bell deep in the eye and standing up, as he prefers to do, with Johnny Davis in front of him. And Bell looking for someplace to go, can't find it. He had been averaging 5 yards a carry coming into this game, but he's far below that today. It's still 3-3 in that match between the Bills and the Patriots. Dave Roller again on the tackle. Rather quiet on the Buccaneer bench at the moment.
They're waiting. That's the defense waiting for their next time out there, but they're hoping before they go out there the next time that the offense puts something on the scoreboard.
Buccaneers operating from the 36-yard line of Minnesota, 2nd and 9. Morris Owens made the catch. John Turner made the tackle. Another Tampa Bay first down.
You know, again, as we see this pass again, it was just a hooking pattern by Owens, and that seems to be the biggest pass pattern in this game today. You know, we talk about these sophisticated professional offenses, and sometimes just a simple little hook or stop pattern is very effective.
13-yard pickup. Third quarter score now. That game a little bit closer. Cleveland 20-13 over the Steelers. Here's Bell, hurtling down to about the 16-yard line. Mark Mullaney in pursuit, made the tackle.
That's the Ricky Bell that I know. As we see, this is his big play. I formation. It's a pitch with a sweep. The fullback leading, the guard pulling, everyone around the corner, and Ricky Bell being able to turn up the field, square his shoulders, and get the big yardage. We see Jimmy Giles here. There's another underrated player. Look at how he starts in and gets movement and then gets that linebacker turn.
Second down, Johnny Davis, the ball carrier, breaking tackles. Davis still on his feet. He's going to score.
He did score. There was a player that I remember in the draft that I was really impressed with him. He is a big man. I was looking at him in practice yesterday in shorts, and if you look at the legs and the power on him, he weighs 245 pounds, and he's built like a man that weighs about 185 pounds. And look how they just bounce off him. You're not going to take him, and Bobby Bryant realizes that now, but you're not going to take him down with an arm or a shoulder. You're going to have to get a bunch to him.
He outweighs Bobby Bryant by about 70 pounds as O'Donohue hits this one. Bobby Bryant only is 170 pounds and with bad shoulders, too. And to take on this truck.
Again, did you see the interesting thing about that play? The lead block that really broke the run was made by Ricky Bell.
I'd like to talk to you about the Sony Betamax and an incredible feature called Beta Scan. I'm Tom Williams Sr., and if you know tennis, you know my son. Here's a cassette of his last championship match. Beta Scan lets me go fast forward and reverse, so I can skip the boring stuff like this long rally and stop when I come to the real exciting parts, like Tom Jr. here dashing onto the court to pick up the ball. Isn't Betamax terrific? It lets you see what you've been missing and miss what you don't want to see. It's from Sony, the one and only.
Let me tell you about one quiet car, the 1980 Ford LTD. In test, an LTD rode quiet as a Rolls Royce. And this LTD has a dandy new engineering feature. One that can give you extra miles per gallon. Ford calls it automatic overdrive. I call it incredible. No other American car maker has it. With automatic overdrive option, no full-size car beats LTD's 8-cylinder estimated MPG. Ford LTD. Quiet as a Rolls Royce. Give a listen at your Ford dealer.
John, I've been around football a long time, but what is that?
I've never seen the no-sweat liquid, but there was many times in the fourth quarter I could have used some of that.
Here's Jimmy Edwards struggling out to about the 30-yard line before the Buccaneers get him down. 17-16. Dave Logan made the tackle. 76. Next Sunday on CBS, doubleheader week, Chicago, Tampa. Detroit, Philadelphia, Green Bay, Washington, San Francisco, St. Louis. Followed by Atlanta, San Diego, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and the Giants visit Dallas. Like the tips to consult your local listings for the game or games in your area. 1st and 10. Tampa Bay crowd coming alive. Their team trailing 17-16. Nothing has ever united this area like the Buccaneers have. Pass complete to Ahmad Rashad over on the right side in front of the Minnesota bench. Here's the Buccaneer drive. 16-yard touchdown run by Johnny Davis.
That 16-yard run by Johnny Davis was his longest of the year. But there's going to be many more to come of those to Johnny Davis.
9 yards for Kramer and Rashad on that hookup. So we'll make it 2nd and 1. Here's that 3 down you were talking about.
Right.
Ricky Young and Ted Brown, the running backs. That's Young hit in the backfield, but able to break the tackles and get the first down. Dewey Selman made the tackle.
Yeah, he did. He broke some tackles, and again, this time Minnesota just runs straight off the ball. Tampa Bay is in a stun as we see Leroy Selman again making that stunning action and missing the tackle.
Young got out to the 45 for another Minnesota first down. New Orleans 27, Atlanta 6. Setbacks remain the same, except now they line up in the I formation with Young deep. And Young has the carry. Ricky Young gets out to about the 47, stopped by Randy Crowder.
Minnesota, again, in this game is really playing very well offensively, and they have good mixture. You know, I've seen before where they'll get in situations where they pass all the time. Their running hasn't been doing an awful lot, but in this game, they're really effective. They run, they pass on first down. They have good mixture.
Both lineups remain basically the same as they were at the beginning of the game, with the one exception of the Tampa Bay secondary, where Curtis Johnson, who just submarined that last play, is taking the place of Cotton. This is Brown. Inside Buccaneer territory to the 45, and it should be enough for another Viking first down. Cecil Johnson knocked him out.
Tommy Kramer, they're talking there. He's waiting for the play. Again, they bring in the play every play for Tommy Kramer, and he has to wait to get that play and then call it. But the biggest thing is making it go, which he's doing today.
This time the play is brought in by Robert Miller, who will be one of the running backs. Brown is out at the 45-yard line of Tampa. Kramer sends Boyd in motion. Looks to his left to Rashad. Finds him. Rashad could not hang on. Mike Washington on the coverage. Flag is down, however.
And Tommy Kramer was upset. He made a gesture that he didn't like that call, and I'm sure it's going to be offensive holding.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 60.
Well, that's why Tommy Kramer was upset.
Yeah.
He got hit by Wally Chambers.
That would upset you.
Yeah, it looks like he got clubbed in the head as he was throwing her right after he threw the ball. We'll see if we can get a shot of that. Here he drops back. He has to start. He starts to scramble. Then he throws the ball. Oop! Yeah, it was a left hook to the right ear.
Kramer was really upset about it. That's another Viking first down at the Buccaneer 30. Kramer's not the only one upset. Buccaneer fans are upset too as Young spins around and gets 4 or 5 when it looked like he'd get nothing. Richard Wood to stop it.
It looks like Tommy Kramer shook it off. He'll be okay, but I think Tommy Kramer showed some emotion, and the Buccaneer fans showed some emotion, but I'd have to say that Tommy Kramer was right.
He did take a left to the head. 2nd and 8. 17-16. Vikings over the Buccaneers at the moment. They shift their offensive alignment. Young and Brown, the backs behind Kramer. Blitz is on. Rashad has the football. Penalty marker down. That would be enough for a first down, but I think they were in motion.
Looked like there was some movement on the offense. As you said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers brought their strong safety from the backside. Tommy Kramer was able to get rid of the ball before he got there, but it will all be null and void anyway. I'm impressed with Tommy Kramer. He's had a number of these things as we listen to the penalty.
Offside, offense, number 74, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down now. 13 yards they need to get past the second marker, indicating they'll have it first. Line of scrimmage at the 32. Kramer this time with good protection, going for Sammy White. And no penalty markers down this time. Curtis Johnson on the coverage.
The number 74 who moved on that last play is Frank Myers. He's not the starting Viking tackle. Steve Riley is. Riley's had some physical problems, and Frank Myers is playing more and more, and we see him starting the second half at left tackle for the Minnesota Viking offense.
The 3rd down conversions are 4 out of 8 for Minnesota. Big run here. He lines up on the right side at that right tackle spot where he's been so long. Kramer has the ball bounce out of the hands, I believe, of Sammy White.
You know, he had Sammy White on that, too. Again, it was 3 wide receivers. Sammy White was on the same side, the left side, as Ahmad Rashad. And again, we're going to see a wide look at the defense here, the 6 defensive back situation, and they're all spread out. Sammy White just comes in the middle here, and he makes a hooking move, and of course the ball was thrown outside. It would have taken a perfect pass to be complete anyway.
The punting unit is on for Minnesota. Greg Coleman. There would be about a 50-yard field goal if they had gone for that.
They don't have a return man in there. Tampa Bay doesn't have the...
And they took too much time. That certainly took them out of field goal range. I think some of the players probably thought they were going to field goal.
Well, you get into that situation, and it's a very difficult decision. It would have been a 49-yard field goal.
Delay the game. Number 8, offense, 4th down.
I would imagine that Minnesota decided to take that delay of the game, put the ball back 5 yards, and give Greg Coleman a little more opportunity to get the ball out of bounds.
Coleman standing inside his own territory. Danny Reese now goes back on the right side. Coleman has it come off the side of his foot. Not a good kick.
Sometimes you try too hard to get it out of bounds, and you get it out of bounds too soon. He was aiming again for that right side, trying to get it down inside the 5-yard line, and it went out too soon for him.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
How you holding up? I'm all right. You want to go for 10 miles? If we make it, I'll buy you a beer. If we make it, I'll buy you a lone brow.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
This is the Army. It's jumping jacks at 6 a.m. and being on the job by 8. It's learning how to use the time you've got and how to enjoy the time off you've earned. It's a lot of things, but most of all, it's what you make of it. This is the Army. If you'd like to be part of it, call this number toll-free.
Next Saturday, the CBS Sports Spectacular features the final event in the Battle of the NFL Cheerleaders, plus highlights of the 9-ball pool championship. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Head coach John McKay of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You played for him, didn't you, John?
I did at the University of Oregon about 25 years ago. Great guy.
1st and 10. Ricky Bell bangs straight ahead, down in the arms of Tommy Hannon. The Redskins have gotten another field goal against the Giants. It's now 7-6. The Giants leading. Redskins tied with Philadelphia for the NFC Eastern Division lead.
And as we see there, the Bucs made about 2 or 3 yards on that play. And that's one thing that Minnesota's been doing well, is playing the run today on 1st down very well.
Line of scrimmage at 32-yard line as Williams comes straight back. Hopes to find somebody. Intended for Morris Owens, incomplete. Good coverage that time by John Turner.
It was very good coverage by Turner. It was an out and up. He faked an out and then tried to get by him, and Turner stayed right with him. As we watch the pass protection here on the left side is very good. That's one thing that the Bucs have improved on, not only this year, but are doing very well today is pass protection for Doug Williams.
They'll probably have another chance right here. 3rd and 7. Obradovich and Giles both in the game. Double tight end and 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. Bell comes out of the backfield, makes the catch. Not enough for a Buccaneer 1st down as the heat was on. Doug Williams. Cleveland has scored again. 27-13 over Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is having a few problems. They went down to San Diego last week and had a problem. It looks like they're having another one with Cleveland. Again, in a 3rd and long situation on that last play, the Vikings didn't go to their 6th defensive back. They stayed with the 4, and they seem to be much more successful in that.
Tom Blanchard into punt. Jimmy Edwards back deep for Minnesota. 4:50 left to play third quarter. Vikings ahead by 1. And they block it, and they do. Minnesota blocks it. Vikings trying to pick it up and scrambling all over the place. It'll be Minnesota ball no matter who recovers.
It will be as Blanchard stands there. He's not sure what happened, but the same thing happened on that one as happened on the first one. It came from the outside man on the right. As we look at the upper left-hand corner of the screen, see, he came in unmolested, and of course there's 2 or 3 of them in there. 2 of them hit it about the same time, but on his last punt, the same thing happened.
Robert Steele is the man who actually blocked it, number 82, the ex-Dallas Cowboy.
Talked about that earlier. That's one thing the Minnesota Vikings have always done well. It's their second one today, their second block today.
They blocked an extra point earlier. Hannon made the recovery. It's first down Minnesota at the Tampa 20. Kramer right to work. Has Bob Tucker. Tucker banks down to about the 11. He's knocked out of bounds there by Cecil Johnson.
I know about those punt blocks. When we played Minnesota in the Super Bowl, Ray Gann had never had a punt block in his career in the National Football League. We didn't worry about it. Bud Grant probably knew he could do it. But the very first time that we went back to punt, we were blocked.
Cardinals have gotten on the scoreboard again, 28-14. Cincinnati leads them. Second down, 2 at the 11. Ricky Young has the first down. Dewey Selman made the tackle for Tampa, helped by Cedric Brown.
And again, see the left side here firing out. It's just a lead man play with man blocking, and they get a good push and a good gain on that play for a first down. Minnesota's really created 2 big breaks this half. The first one, of course, being the fumble recovery and the kickoff, and then the block punt.
First and goal for the 6 for the Vikings. Young again, and Young bangs down inside the 5 to the 3.
On the same play to the right side. This time it looks like Bud Grant decided that they're starting to move the ball to get some push on that Tampa Bay defense and just stay with it. Tommy Kramer's signaling for something to get in there.
He wants Tucker to hurry.
Well, I think he wants 2 tight ends. He probably wants to go. Yeah, his signal. He wants his goal line offense, which will be the 2 tight ends, Tucker and Voigt, along with an extra tackle.
Got Steve Riley back in there. Second and goal at the 2. And Kramer has taken too much time. They waste a timeout, and he'll go over and talk to Bud Grant because things weren't exactly like he wanted them.
He wanted something.
As 3 minutes, 16 seconds left to play third quarter. Minnesota up by 1 point.
I never worry about what brand name part my mechanic puts on my car. That doesn't make me a bad guy. I go to a professional mechanic I can trust, so I trust the parts he uses. He uses Mopar. It means nothing to me, but it means a lot to him. Mopar fits all American-made cars, foreign cars too, and they're used by professional mechanics all over the world. If the professional trusts Mopar, I trust Mopar. Does he make me happy? He makes it his business.
Trust your car to Mopar.
Holiday Inn.
Welcome to our people-pleasing
Hi. Is that the Holiday Inn East, the Holiday Inn West, the Midtown?
The one by United Industries.
The one by the headquarters or the plant?
The headquarters.
We offer you a choice of the most popular locations.
You need 3 hands.
You're right.
People-pleasing locations.
The airport? The one by Holiday Inn North or Holiday Inn South?
Is number 1 in people-pleasing.
Bud Grant has had his conference with Tommy Kramer. Now he's giving his message to Terry LeCount. It is still second and goal at the 3-yard line. Minnesota leading by 1 point. Steve Voigt goes tight on the right side. Tucker goes in motion from the left. Kramer to Young. He's in. Minnesota with Tommy Kramer firing his third touchdown pass of the day. This one to Ricky Young.
That was smart by Tommy Kramer, really, to take that time out. You don't like to. We see they started out. They have motion to the right side. Tommy Kramer fakes a run, rolls out, and throws to the back in the flat, who scores a touchdown. But he wanted that formation. He wanted the 3 tight ends, and he knew what he wanted to do. And when he didn't have time, he called timeout, got the play he wanted, and it was a touchdown.
Rick Danmeyer, bad snap. Krause couldn't get it back together, and the extra point is blocked. That's the second one blocked today, and now things are evened out. O'Donoghue's missed earlier, or blocked earlier, and now that one by Danmeyer. Jarris White is the first Buccaneer there.
I'll tell you, the snap was a little low, and it got a little close to Paul Krause, and he wasn't able to get it back out there. Paul Krause would like to get that interception.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking about catching something.
He is tied, of course, on the all-time list with Inland Tunnell. And he's had his hands on a couple in the last 2 weeks, but couldn't come up with the one that's going to break the record.
You can't get those type of things off your mind. Now I would expect these fans will really come to life now to cheer on the Tampa Bay Buccaneer offense, but you really have to respect the job that the Minnesota Vikings have done today, both offensively and defensively. That was a great drive.
All started with that blocked punt. 23-17, Minnesota leading. Danmeyer set to kick off. George Ragsdale, who has come close to breaking a couple of times on kickoff returns already, will be back deep. Ragsdale will handle it at the 3. Out to about the 28-yard line. He's hit down by Tim Baylor of the Vikes. CBS Sports Spectacular coming up next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Features the Battle of the NFL Cheerleaders, the Professional Pool Players Association 9-ball championship, as well as the Los Angeles Times 500 stock car race. All on the CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Time. Ricky Bell and Johnny Davis. It is Bell on that favorite power sweep. Around the right side, stays on his feet, hurdles the tackler. Jeff Seaman knocks him out of bounds.
Again, that's what Ricky Bell does the best. Not only run from the I formation, but run that power sweep. At USC, they used to call it student body right. But he also runs better to his right than he does to his left. You see, he gets a little flip out there. They lead with the fullback, pull the guard, get everyone out in front, and Ricky gets turned up and does what he has to get the 9-yard gain.
The last Viking scoring drive took them 4 plays. It'll be 2nd and 1 here. 9 yards to Bell. This is Davis. Johnny Davis bangs into the secondary, stays on his feet. Inside Viking territory, down to the 48, where he's knocked down by Matt Blair.
That's the play that goes with the flip. They get in the I formation, and they flip it to Ricky Bell, and then they start to play that play to wait for it, and then instead of flipping out to Ricky Bell, they hand to Johnny Davis.
Who is a big, strong runner. Wow.
He sure is.
Another 16-yard gain for Davis. Micah Myers kicked the 26-yard field goal for the Buffalo Bills, and they lead New England 6-3. That's rather a surprise. Now Bell moves to the fullback spot. Davis is out, and Eckwood is in. Bell operating from where Davis was, a down earlier, squirms for about 4. Mullaney, the tackler, along with Studwell.
Look at Wilson here start. He's coming to the right side to cut off Dave Roller. He does a nice job of getting there and then staying with him, so Ricky Bell's able to get to the outside. Ricky Bell's a strong runner.
That's a pretty tough block they asked him to make there.
That is tough when you have to call it a reach block, but you have to reach when the ball's going off tackle. That is a tough one.
Ring your bell for Tampa. Davis, the ball carrier, bangs straight ahead to about the 40. He's hit hard there by Seaman and Fred McNeil.
This is a big play coming up for Tampa. They're 3rd and 3. You're really not in a short yardage situation. You know, it's that in between. It's really a little too far to run, and you still want to get the first down. The Minnesota Vikings are going into their short yardage defense, but I would anticipate that Tampa will not run a short yardage play.
3rd and 3. It is the pitch back to Bell. He does not have the first down. They're not in field goal range by any means. John Turner, the leading tackler for Minnesota.
Defense makes a nice play again here. We see the first part is a penetration, gets the thing to the outside. The linebacker Matt Blair up to make Bell make a deeper cut. And then the secret to that play, to that sweep, is Ricky Bell getting his shoulders square and upfield. Who's that guy?
I don't know. Like he was out late somewhere. Here's Blanchard, and this time the Vikings do not try to block it. And Blanchard gets off a good kick. That bounces into the end zone. And they'll bring it back to the 20. Almost rolled dead out on the playing field, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Minnesota 23, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16. We now pause for words from your local station.
Wednesday, in a special appearance, Brett Maverick introduces his cousin, a ramblin', gamblin' ladies man, Young Maverick, premiering Wednesday at 8, 7 Central.
Mavericks always stick together.
This yes.
How would you like to have $200,000 for your retirement and get a tax break in the bargain? You can do it with a Keogh plan or individual retirement account at Freedom Federal. Get details in this free booklet. Find out if you're eligible and start working on your retirement fortune today.
You're free. Saving such a freedom.
$2,000 from Kenyon and $300 from Dodge. During the $300 rebates, Kenyon, Dodge, and Clearwater will give you a $2,000 minimum allowance on any 1980 6- or 8-cylinder fuel-efficient St. Regis. That's right, $2,000. Kenyon's higher trades on all models of cars and trucks, $300 rebates, bank financing, and no dealer preparation charge can add up to savings in the thousands. Don't go shopping without us.
WTVT, Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Tonight.
God grants you an interview.
Jerry Landers was just an ordinary guy until he kept an extraordinary appointment with God.
Not what you expected, huh?
George Burns stars with John Denver.
It's raining outside. It's just in here.
In the absolutely divine comedy, Oh God. Tonight at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
It's a miracle.
One more quarter left. The Buccaneers trying to clinch the NFC Central Division title and get into the playoffs for the first time in their history. Cleveland-Pittsburgh now 27-20. Franco Harris scored on a 4-yard touchdown run for Pittsburgh to make it closer. Ed Brown, the ball carrier, that time nowhere.
Defense is determined now. They want to get something, get the ball back for their offense, make something happen, and get back in this game. Kramer is the first quarterback this year to throw 3 touchdowns against the Buccaneer defense.
Leroy Selman and Richard Wood made that last stop for no gain. Robert Miller and Ricky Young, the setbacks. Kramer fakes to Young, throws back for another screen on the other side of the field. A tight end screen to Bob Tucker. Tucker out just shy of the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds by Mike Washington.
There was some play. They had all the action coming this way. They had a run fake. Kramer came to the right. The backs went to the right. Then the tight end, Bob Tucker, sneaked down the line to the left side, and he threw a screen pass for him. That was heads-up defense by the Buccaneers because that could have been a big play. As we see him fake, then he rolls to that side to get the entire Buccaneer defense over to this side, and he throws back across the field on the screen.
That'll set up a 3rd and 1 for Minnesota. Stu Voigt and Bob Tucker both in the game this time. Fumble. Fumble the snap and center, and the Buccaneers have it. A penalty marker down, however, on the play. Hold everything. Johnson saying it belongs to me. That's Cecil Johnson. Buccaneers say it belongs to us. But
I think it belongs to the Buccaneers, and I think the offensive penalty is going to be against the Minnesota Vikings, and the Buccaneers are going to end up with it, looks like, in this position. As the officials talk it over, they're trying to hold all the players back. You know, that's hard for those officials. They're down there, they're trying to talk, and both sides are...
Offense, refused, first down.
Tommy Kramer just fumbled the snap as he was trying to pull it back to get it up, to get in the handoff position. He had the ball, and then when he was trying to get back to get the ball handed off, he fumbled. That's the big play, the big break that Tampa Bay has been looking for.
Still plenty of time left. Minnesota leading 23-16. Buccaneers will have it at the Viking 27. In motion. Williams is going for it right now. And does. Jimmy Giles, the intended receiver, it's over his head. Hannon on the coverage.
That was good coverage by Hannon. He really didn't have a chance at that. But it was interesting that when they did get the fumble, they wanted to get the whole thing right away. I think they have to remember that although they're down by 7, one thing they have is they still have plenty of time.
Isaac Higgins is checked in. Obradovich comes out. It'll be 2nd and 10. O'Donoghue loosening up on the sideline in front of the Tampa Bay bench. 31-21 now. Cincinnati over St. Louis. Giants 14-6 over Washington. Blitz is on. Williams gets it away. It's going to be complete to Bell. First down inside the 15.
That was a great throw. When you had someone that the blitz came, it was Matt Blair. He had no one blocked him. They didn't even touch Matt Blair as he comes through here. The back that was supposed to pick him up doesn't. Doug Williams just steps a little and still makes that throw. That is a great play.
That'll give you an indication of how strong his arm is to be able to execute that.
And that's also an indication of why the Buccaneers have so few sacks, because Doug Williams can pick up a few of them himself.
Bell got all the way down to the 9-yard line where it's 1st and goal. Bell. Hurt. Now, there's the first man to make contact with Bell.
Fred McNeil makes a nice play on this. As we see number 54 on the outside, he gives Jimmy Giles a shot. He penetrates and gets upfield. He isn't going to let that student body develop outside of him. He gets up, knocks off the guards, makes Bell cut inside where all the pursuit is coming from.
Bell got only 2. There's the fine linebacker for Minnesota, Fred McNeil.
He made it happen.
At the 7. 2nd down. Davis. Inside the 5 to about the 4, just shy of it, Scott Studwell. He made the initial contact.
See him again. That was going to be a power play. They again, off the flip, they had run that same action, the flip, and then they were going to fake the flip and give it to Davis, but there wasn't anything there on that one.
All right at the 5-yard line.
Minnesota's playing very aggressive defense, and the closer you get to their goal line, the more aggressive they play.
Along with 4 down linemen. Williams. Intended for Morris Owens, intended for Hannon. And you got to settle for the field goal now, don't you?
Oh, yes, because there's still 12 minutes, 33 seconds. The Buccaneers are going to get the ball back 3 or 4 more times yet in this game, so there's no need to go for anything at this situation, so I'm sure they'll kick the field goal.
O'Donoghue has entered the game, and his holder, Blanchard, will be down, putting the ball down at the 12, a 22-yarder, as it starts to rain again. Blocked. Vikings block it again, and it's no good.
I'll tell you, the fans are booing, but that's one thing that we talked about. The Vikings are playing like the Vikings of old today. They're blocking kicks. They're making things happen with their defense and their kicking games, and it's really showing.